We are halfway through of the Cricket World Cup, and after all the games that you have witnessed, I'm sure you would have had an idea in terms of who are the top four teams who would be the likely probables to enter into semi-finals. I'm here to share my top four teams as well with you. Well, apart from South Africa and Pakistan, who have played 6 games, all the other teams have played 5 games and they have 4 games left. Well, talking about South Africa and Pakistan, what a game they had against each other, which South Africa won. That was absolutely a close finish, and they end up at the top of the table with 10 points and with a better run rate. Now, their next 3 games are between New Zealand, India, and Afghanistan, which the first 2 games are pretty tough. And I see them kind of winning at least 2 games from the 3 games that come their way. They play Afghanistan last, and this could end them in the first or the second position. So South Africa is one of the teams, as per me, who would be there looking at the form that they are in the top 4. Then comes India. Well, they are in absolute consistent form. They have won all their games. They have 4 games left, and all the 4 games are pretty crucial if you look at it. If India has to be there comfortably in the top 2, they play England next, then followed by Sri Lanka, South Africa, and Netherlands. Well, the first 3 games again are against good opponents, and I see India also winning at least 2 games from the 4 and being in the top 2. Followed by the Kiwis. Well, they are in 3rd position as of now. They too have won all their games apart from that 1 game which they lost against India. Their next 4 games again are against tough opponents. Arch rivals Australia, followed by South Africa, and then Pakistan and Sri Lanka. All 4 are good opponents. But again, look at the way the Kiwis have been playing as a cohesive unit. I doubt they will be losing all the 4 games. I'm sure they're going to win at least 4 games, 2 games, I beg your pardon, from the 4, and being there in the top 3. So in the top 3, at least for me, it's South Africa, followed by India, maybe India on top, and then South Africa and New Zealand. But in the top 3, these are my 3 teams. Now the 4th team, the 4th position, is where it gets very, very crucial, and it gets pretty close. Currently, Australia are in the 4th position, and they have 4 games remaining. They are with 6 points. They play New Zealand, England, Afghanistan, and Bangladesh next. Now, I also see them winning 2 games out of these 4 games. Well, England are not in that great form, so they might win that game as well. Against New Zealand, it's going to be a tough game, so it may go either ways. But against Afghanistan and Bangladesh, I see Australia prevailing. But Afghanistan have won 2 big games, so you may never know. But 2 games for Australia will still keep them in the 4th position. But there are 3 other teams that are actually vying for that 4th position, and that is followed by Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. Don't count them out, specifically Sri Lanka. Well, they have won their last 2 games. Their next 2 games, their next 4 games are against Afghanistan, India, Bangladesh, and New Zealand. Well, 2 games against India and New Zealand, it's going to be tough. Well, but don't count Sri Lanka out as well. They get 1 win from there, and plus if they win the game against Afghanistan and Bangladesh, that gives them 6 points and taking their tally to a total of 10 points, which will kind of keep them up there in the 4th position, giving a scare to Australia. Then comes Pakistan. Well, they have 3 games as well against Bangladesh, New Zealand, and England. They are on 4 points. Now, it's for them absolutely crucial to win all their 3 games. 3 games will give them 6 points and again take them to 10, and then it will be a matter of run rate between Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and if Australia ends up winning 1 or 2 games, then it could be a close finish. Followed by Afghanistan. Well, they have games against Sri Lanka, Netherlands, Australia, and South Africa. Tough games coming up. Again, you may never know. They can play well, and they can go ahead and win some few games and give the other big teams a run for the money. On 8th position, it's Bangladesh. Well, they are on 2 points, and they have lost all their games, their last 4 games in fact, and they have 4 games coming up, and 3 are against tough opponents. That's Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Australia. And looking at the current form and the consistency, I don't think so Bangladesh would be able to qualify for the top 4. Then followed by England. Well, the current champions, Surprising to see the way they have been playing their cricket in this World Cup. They are on the ninth position. They have tough games coming up against India, Australia, and then followed by Pakistan. 3 out of the 4 games are really against tough opponents, and well, that's a win, even a win across 2 games. I doubt them, qualifying for the top 4. And finally, the Netherlands. Well, they've just won 1 game from 5, and there are 4 games coming up, which I see even the Netherlands not qualifying for the top 4. So there it is from my end, my top 4 teams. Well, it's going to be India, South Africa, the Kiwis, New Zealand, and followed by Australia. So I think Australia will make it to the top 4. Please let me know who are your top 4 as well in the comment section. I would love to see that.